Hi there and welcome back. Now today I am going to be showing you exactly what you're doing wrong. And I'm seeing this with about 90% of golfers that send me their swing on Instagram that I start to coach in my online coaching academy. And this is very much a problem worldwide. So if you're struggling with consistency, if you're struggling with strike, if you're struggling with direction, if you're struggling with your longer clubs, then it's most likely that you're doing this. And I'm going to get into it in this video and show you exactly why what you've been trying isn't working and also what is going to work when it comes to fixing it. So if you're new here, make sure to subscribe so that you can really start to improve your golf game. And if you're a returning viewer, I appreciate your support. So let's get right into it. Okay, so the biggest issue we're seeing with golfers around the world is you get to the top of the backswing and it's arms first in the downswing. The sequence is the arms drive first, so that's either the arms coming this way or people are trying to do this move because they're being told to shallow it by their coach or by videos online, but it's all arm dominance and the arms are not working with the body, and we need the arms to work with the body if we want to be consistent and have that consistency of strike, direction, distance, everything that we need in order to trust our swing out on the course. Okay, now I'm going to show you one of the main reasons I see this happening, and it's because what happens is people stand in their setup with this back hip a little higher than the left hip. Okay, and when we do that, you're going to see that my spine angle, which is essentially where the spine's at, is pointing towards the target. So if I point the spine towards the target, and especially when people get into their longer clubs, they start to do this. So if the spine's pointing towards the target, what's going to happen is as you take that club back, your weight's going to stay on this side, this front side, and the spine's going to still be tilted towards the target. And if we're doing that in that position, really there's two things that are going to happen here. One, the body's going to keep going, okay? Upper body's going to start the downswing and then the lower body has to react. So we've got two compensation moves going on, lower and upper not working together. Or you're going to do what most people are going to tell you to do and try and feel this. Try and get underneath, try and get shallow, but then you're going to, even if you achieve that, you're coming way too far on the inside here, and you're going to just pick the ball, you're going to get hooks, you're going to get pushes, you're going to get duffs, you're going to get everything. What we need to do is get this club more on plane, where the body and the arms are working together and turning and getting you into a really solid, coiled up top of backswing position, and then you're going to be able to use the lower body and start to get the correct sequence. That sequence you see all the golf pros doing. Okay, all the good players, it's from here, it's lower body sequence. We don't see any of them going like this. But all of you are doing that and none of you are fixing it, okay? So first thing we want to do is fix the setup. So what you want to do is come into your setup position. I've got a 6-iron, so the ball's slightly ahead of my center. And what we want to do is just grab the club and make it become your spine angle, okay? You can see almost like I've created a little tail here. Then what you want to do is tilt the upper body until the shaft hits the inside of your front leg. Now my hips are more level. If anything, this one's higher than this one, which is going to make it easy for me to turn that. And because my spine angle is here, it's going to make it easy for me to get behind the golf ball here, and you can see my spine angle there is pointing away from the target. So now I can go this way with the lower body, slot the club naturally, shallow it naturally, and then release it through and get that consistent strike and get that consistent direction and distance. So first thing you want to do is get like here, there. Now what you're going to want to do is really work on half swings, and the feel for the backswing here is very much that you're using your shoulders here to take the club back like a putting stroke. From there then we're going to set the wrist and push this shoulder towards, I'm pushing it towards this camera where you're at there, okay? Imagine you've got a camera set up, even set up a camera. I mean, you should be filming your swing anyway so you can see where it's at, because I speak to a lot of people and they say to me, first time when they start coming to our coaching program, you know, they film their swing for me and I look at it and the first thing they say is, flip me, I thought my swing was so much better than this, it looks terrible. And that's because you're not filming your swing, you're just trying moves, and you think it's good, you think it looks good, but it doesn't. So you got to be filming your swing so you can see where it's at. That's a big part of improvement. So what you're feeling is you're really trying to push this shoulder towards there. So if I take my arms out of it, I'm trying to push that shoulder towards you at that camera there. You see that? That's a good feel. So here, stretching the arms, shoulders getting behind the ball. Okay, so once you're then getting into that position where you're feeling that stretch, you're feeling that coil, you're now in a position where you can start to use the lower body. And I recommend just keeping this very short, this backswing. Keeping it short and connected, because what a lot of you are doing is getting long in this way, and then you're going that way. So let's keep it short, let's keep it connected, and what we want to feel from here is we're getting more pressure shift in the lower body. So we're really trying to move our pressure into the front foot. That starts the sequence with the lower body, and then everything's going to be pulled through. So it's the sequence is pressure here, hips rotating, It's going to bring the upper body. It's going to bring the shoulders. It's going to bring the arms in that sequence. So we're transferring the energy from the ground all the way up through the body into the club head at the last second. You think about throwing a ball. If I throw this ball with just my arms, it's kind of pathetic. If I use my whole body, I use the ground, I use the sequence, I can throw that so much further, okay? And that's a release in the arm at the last second, because the whole body's creating that speed and that energy. So, again, like I said, into setup, get your spine angle right, and all you're feeling in your backswing is pushing towards the camera. Try not to let this hand get too far above this shoulder, okay? Push, and from there, start with the lower body. And you can see that just whips me right round into this finish position. Instead of what most people are doing is they get here, they drive this way and the upper body does this, the arms come this way, we see the chicken wing, and we see these really terrible finish positions. Nobody's committing to the shot. You're too scared of it. Too scared of where it might go. Now, some of that comes down to your technique, so you've got to fix that, but also confidence, right? So we need to build a swing that's repeatable, where you're confident enough to be able to swing it back and trust that you can swing through with the lower body. That was a rough shot there. Let me try that again. So, up, stretch, lower body, and you can fire right through there. Okay? So what I recommend doing in terms of practice is going to the range, taking your time to get into that setup, setting up a camera there so you can see that your spine angle isn't pointing towards the target, and then doing half swings and stopping in the backswing position and hitting from there. So you go here, stop, and try and hit. When you stop, you've stopped your momentum, so you're going to have to create speed somehow. You're going to have to really use the hips and use the lower body to generate that speed. And it's also going to make it so much easier for you to sequence that so that you do start with the lower body. So we're here, there. Okay, that's going to really help you start to get into a better backswing position, to now start to be able to use the lower body correctly. Get rid of this over the top, get rid of this over aggressive upper body and head movement in the downswing. Start to see more consistency, start to hit the ball further, and start to enjoy this game a lot more and start to be able to trust your swing. That's what this is all about. So as I said, once you've worked through that, then you can put that all into one motion, which is going to be still feeling stretch, and then legs in the downswing. Boom. So work through that, fix your setup, ensure that you're stretching in the backswing, using the legs in the downswing, and you're going to start to see huge changes. Now, if you would like to come on board to one of our coaching programs, I have a couple of slots open to work with you one-to-one. I'm only looking for serious players who actually want to improve, who have the time to practice, and are not going to waste my time either. So if you want to do that, feel free. Click the link in the description. Book a live call with me. We'll come on, we'll talk about your game, we'll see if we can help you. So again, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe. And if you're a returning viewer, I appreciate your support. And I'll see you in the next one. Here's to better golf.